Hello, traders. This is addzeros. I want to do a quick recap for today. So I had a decent day, and I'm going to quickly walk you through some of our trades and how did I trade. So, to be very honest, my execution was not really good today, and the reason the execution was not good, I guess. I had some electricity issue again today, and that made me do some mistakes. Okay. So, the first trade was on my JWN, and what happened here is that JWN made the breakout trade, and I was waiting for it to do. I had a two levels here. If you can see it, normally I don't take this kind of a trade, but I did trade because the way in the momentum is coming down. What happened here? I was wanted to do a short here, 22.4, but by the time I made an execution because it was on the restriction, I mistakenly what I did, I placed in market order. So what happened here, when you have an uptick rule, you won't be able to short until someone wanted to buy the trade. And then what happened here, when I placed the short entry here, the stock drop it very harshly, and when it's going to uptick, I got filled. So I got a very bad fill, and I realized when it's a bad fill is not a good sign to move out and on the green candle. So I was waiting to have the first red candle, and then I'm gonna stop out. So immediately when I entered, boom boom, two green candles was really sharp, and if you look at it, is almost 80 cents upward movement. And I was waiting, okay, if it's gonna turn red, and then if it's gonna turn green, I'm gonna stop out. And luckily that trade went into my favor, and then I took all of them out. The next trade I had later on at around the 10:40, it made a beautiful bear flag. I entered again, this time again, but this time I didn't make the entry on the market order, but I put the limit order, so I got one fill here, and it's dropped. And I saw that it is making another bear flag, so I entered one more position, took partial here, and then some of the partial here. And the PDD trade was my afternoon trade. I was taking a reversal trade, and I'm going to show you. Uh, my entry, I think, was good, but it didn't give me nice momentum at the time, and I need to hold a bit longer than I used to. So here, if you look at it, that was also potentially I was unlucky. I was wanted to go long here. If you look at it, the way it is making, this is my entry. It was an entry here on 122.20, but it was sudden flight out, and the moment it flight up, I realized that it might be is going to break out because it was consolidating from last many 10 more than 15 minutes here, almost an hour, 40 minutes. So then I went long here, and I put the stop order over the resistance, and what happened, it took me in, came down, move back up, and then start consolidating again. Then, so my stop loss was this. Uh, uh, this support which is on the 12, 120, 180 or something. It came down. I added into resistance. I thought this is going to be bouncing back. Then again came down, then moved back up again, went to my turn into green, then came down. So usually I don't hold that long, but this one is really trying to move up and then come down. So I was doesn't have a much choice here, just to stick around and wait for it. And then luckily was as a price action support, it moved up to 123.50. I took the partials, and then I put the remaining stop trailing order for 30 cents here. It moved back up and then sharply came down. I'm glad I stopped out here because I don't want to take one more pullback. And then after that, it just consolidated within the same range. So I'm glad that I'm stopped out. Other trade, I think the perfect trade would be just the TAL. That's the only perfect trade I think I had it, which the way I usually execute with a perfect sharp like a sniper, to don't need to get hold. So I was waiting. Uh, this bear flag to fail, because if you look at it, it came down, moved back up, then came down, then moved back up, and it's making a lower lows and higher highs. And when it started consolidating on this range, I was thinking that it's going to be a trap for many novice novice trader. They're gonna go and short here, and I wanted to see the failure of that. Failure of this breakout. So it breakout failed. I entered here and then came down, moved back up. It was not doing much. So what I did, I took a quick small scalp here, and then rest of the things I out here. And then I realized, okay, he's making another bull flag. I added into my position and it's dropped me off again, and I closed it. And I saw again that it's making a base here. I re-entered here, and I was this time I was expecting really it's gonna break this 40-20, but couldn't. So when it came back down, I on the break even I stopped out, and I'm glad I stopped out, because it's just chopping whole time within the same range. But I think then ultimately is no, I think it's similarly it's chopped around on the same. Go to, I was expecting, moving up, and it is, but then when it moved up, I was stuck on the JWN trade. One trade I had in the afternoon around 1:30, I went long, took some partial, added, and then I saw it's not moving, so I closed out. And then moment I closed out, again it reconsolidated, and at the time I was on the PDD, so I don't want to take any more risk. But this is exactly the move I was expecting. And it did here, but it was not there. So, uh, what I had a negative trade is in the morning trade, which was really a negative. I didn't get, I couple of time traded, it's over traded. I don't want to run through. Uh, but it's definitely I over traded. Look at it, how many times I traded back and forth, in and out. Only trade which is was the successful is this side, but this action plan was so choppy, price action, that I couldn't get the cleaner move. But I lost on this trade, and then recovered some of the amount, but still I am a bigger loser because I traded a couple of times. I think I should not be trading this more than once. Um, but anyway, I mean, I did some over trading on this side. So hope you have learned from these mistakes. It's always good to share the positive and also the negative, so that you can also learn from the over trading. And then the usually I would say that if the stocks turn you red twice, don't make an attempt. So if you see that twice I turned out, I went, I was wrong on that. Then I didn't take the third one. I was taking another one, the JWN, but it's the same time. The third time, it was a perfect time to move. So that was I was expecting. Look at it from 16 to 17.15. But anyway, hope you have learned from this video. Please do subscribe to my channel and give me a thumbs up, and let me know what other topics you wanted to learn. And I'm doing a workshop on how to build a trading book. Trade book will help you to be a consistent in your trading. The new traders, the why they don't be a consistent or make money, because they take the different patterns. They are not consistent in their parameters and the criteria. I'm going to share my trade book in that workshop, and I will help you to build your trade book. And I'm gonna promise you that you're gonna learn so much in that workshop that you have not learned in many different courses. It's very nominal charges. It's only 15-16 dollars. I'm charging you nominal just to have a serious traders come and join me and share your experience. I would like to see all of you. Feel free to see down below the link how you can subscribe to that, and join me on that event. Thank you.